So I'm going to read an excerpt from my story. The train has been taken over by caterpillars. They are on the foreheads of every face she looks at, suspended in time and frozen in place, while their hosts, too absorbed in conversations with their iPhones and each other, don't appear to notice. This is crazy. It's like they grew out of nowhere. How did I never notice people's eyebrows before? Some have been caught wriggling away, their backs round like porcupines. Most are sleeping flat on their bellies. Some are fat and well-fed. Some are scrawny and malnourished. They come in blacks, browns, grays, whites, blondes, reds, oranges. The ones that seem too light for their owners' faces stand out, even as they appear to disappear. The only eyebrows that escape her searching eyes are hidden behind dark-shaded sunglasses. How did I never notice my eyebrows before? Were they really as blah as Danny and Julie told me before I had them done? The train ding-ding-dings, high-pitched hellos and goodbyes, as some riders and their caterpillars leave, and new ones replace them. Almost all are wild and hairy. Few are tame and trim. Only a handful are plumper, fuller than her own. This is worse than being fat. They're on my face, and they're permanent. I'll never be able to hide them from anyone. They'll affect everyone's first impression of me. They'll make everyone think the worst of me. I am ugly now. How can I be beautiful without a beautiful face? Her caterpillars pull her in every time she catches her reflection in the train's shiny glass window. Stations blur by, but she barely notices. Peeling her eyes away from them is like fighting a black hole. They are blacker than a starless night sky against her face, blacker than her hair before she dyed it royal blue and before the deep shade had faded to purple. They're shaped like thick black caterpillars, stopped mid-crawl, backs arched into small hills that narrow into fine points, raised slightly up and out the sides of her head, like the caterpillars decided to grow poison-tipped stingers, poised to defend themselves from any outside threat, rather than morph into the elegant butterflies they were supposed to become. I was supposed to be a butterfly. I was a butterfly. How did I turn back into a caterpillar? Some caterpillars are so thick, so dark in comparison to the gentleness and lightness of the skin and hair of their hosts, that hers seem out of place. But hers are still the only ones that look evil. That's the only word she can think to describe her newly tattooed brows. No matter how big and brightly she tries to smile, she can't shake the feeling that she would scare small children who crossed her path just by looking at them. She's glad that there are no kids on board to test her theory on. How can my ESL students still like me when I look so mean and scary? How can they look up to me when I look ugly? Were they joking when they wrote, "A good teacher must be pretty and handsome," as one of the things they expected of me? Or is that really something they value in their teachers back in their hometowns? I look evil, she told her little sister Julie and her mother for the 100th time since she'd had her brows tattooed 5 days earlier. When she examined her photos on her own, she would mutter the same thing under her breath. I look so evil. She could almost hear the cackle on her selfie's lips, erupting from high in her throat, like the Wicked Witch of the West. I can't pretend to be Glenda the Good Witch anymore. Is this the real me? Am I the Wicked Witch of the West? The train's fembot voice finally announces her station, Marine Drive. As the doors click open, she swings her tiger-striped bag onto her shoulder and wobbly clambers onto her forest green, high-heeled feet. Pushing past a business-suited man with bushy brown caterpillars, she bumps into a teenage Asian girl with starving caterpillars in her rush to escape. Can I escape these eyebrows? Can they change? Can I change? Starving caterpillar girl whips her head around and calls out after her, excuse me. Her caterpillars lower their heads like bulls preparing to charge at one another under her glare. She turns her head back, only enough to blurt out a sheepish, sorry. The steady clacking of her heels on hard cement is amplified in the open night air as she hurries over to Danny's to see if he can help her exterminate the insects hell-bent on haunting her. Must get to Danny. Danny will know what to do. Danny's instincts are always right, and you don't know how to listen to yours yet, so just go talk to Danny. He'll have the answer. He always does. The pedestrian sign flashes white at the crosswalk as she reaches it. She dashes through at a steady sprint, thighs and calves pumping powerfully under her mid-thigh length, cream-colored, pink rose splash strapless dress. I know Danny said it's not ladylike to run in heels, or anywhere in general, but this is an emergency. Dim yellow streetlights, then porch lights, shine the path to Danny's complex. But his porch light isn't on, and neither is his bedroom light above. She raises her hand toward his knocker, stops her fingers before they touch the cold metal, and bites her lower lip, remembering 2 nights back when Danny's mom had answered the door, groggy in a light blue cotton nightgown. Give me a sign, universe, that I'm meant to be here, that I'm not just about to piss people off again. Her searching eyes still see no light inside, so she knocks next door instead. Danny's neighbor, 12-year-old Claire, opens the door enough to pop her narrow, light brown head out, lock eyes with her and say, Danny's not here. Oh, her poker face gives away none of her disappointment. Well, since you're here, can you tell me what you think of my eyebrows? She leans in closer. It's been 4 days, and they still look the same. She throws up her hands. They're too thick and dark, aren't they? Claire tilts her head to the side and flicks her waist-length wavy black hair back. Yeah, they kind of make you look evil. Evil. I know, right? She whines, her stomach sinking. Kids don't lie. I paid $50 to have my ugliness exposed. I paid $50 to be exposed as an ugly and evil person. I could look this way forever. Maybe the universe is telling me what I need to change about myself.